Ladies and gentlemen, listen up. Life is a battlefield. You either show up with the mindset of a winner or you walk in already defeated. But let me tell you something. Losing, it's not in my DNA. And if you're listening to this right now, I know deep down, it's not in yours either. You see, people think losing is about failing. That's a lie. The only way you lose is if you quit, if you stay down, if you surrender to your circumstances instead of rising above them. But as long as you're breathing, as long as you've got fire in your belly, you have the power to turn any setback into a setup for your comeback. I will never lose because I refuse to. The world will throw obstacles at you. It will test you. It will push you to your breaking point. But hear me loud and clear. Your struggles are not signs that you should stop. They are proof that you are being prepared for more. The only people who never struggle are the ones who never step up, never risk, never chase their greatness. And that's not you. You are here to dominate, to rise, to conquer. But that doesn't happen by wishing. That happens by deciding, by making a commitment right now that no matter what happens, you will find a way. You will adapt. You will push harder. You will outwork every excuse, every doubt, every fear. You want success? Then act like it. Train like it, move like it, speak like it, wake up every single day with one mission to be better than you were yesterday. And when you fall short, you get back up because the moment you stop growing is the moment you start losing. I will never lose because I will never stop. I will never lose because I refuse to be outworked. I will never lose because I own my mind, my choices, my future. And so do you. So today, make the decision, not just to win, but to become the kind of person who refuses to lose, the kind of person who fights, who grows, who never backs down. You are unstoppable. You are relentless. And as long as you keep moving forward, there is no force in this world that can take you down. Losing is a choice. As long as you keep going, you can't lose. People often think losing is something that happens to them. They believe it's an external force, bad luck, unfortunate circumstances, a missed opportunity, or an opponent that was just too strong. But that's not the truth. Losing isn't something that happens to you. Losing is something you accept. It's something you decide. It's when you tell yourself that you've had enough, that you can't keep going, that the pain is too much, that the obstacles are too high. That's when you lose. Not when things get hard, not when you stumble, not when you fail. You only lose when you quit. People who win in life don't have some magic formula. They don't have an easier path. They don't avoid failure. In fact, they fail more than most people ever will. They take more risks. They face more rejection. They hear no more times than they can count. But they don't stop. They don't walk away. They don't throw in the towel because it didn't work the first time, the second time, or even the 100th time. They keep going. They keep learning. They keep showing up. And because they refuse to quit, eventually they figure it out. Eventually they win. You have to understand that every challenge, every failure, every setback is simply part of the process. It's part of the journey to success. The people who fail and stay down, they are the ones who decided that failure was the end. But those who refuse to stay down, they are the ones who transform failure into fuel. They don't take it as a sign to stop. They take it as a sign to push harder. They ask themselves, what can I learn from this? How can I adjust? What do I need to do differently? And then they take action. They refine their strategy. They improve their skills. They build resilience. And that resilience, that unshakable determination, is what separates those who succeed from those who don't. Most people are afraid of failure because they think it defines them. They believe that if they fail at something, it means they are a failure. That's the biggest lie you could ever believe. Failure isn't who you are. It's just a moment. It's just an event. It's just feedback. Nothing more. But the moment you internalize it, the moment you let it dictate your actions and your self-worth, you've lost. And not because you had to lose, but because you made the choice to let failure stop you. Think about the greatest success stories in history. Every single one of them had moments where they could have given up. Every single one of them had reasons to quit. The difference is they didn't. They saw the same failures, the same obstacles, the same rejections that break most people, and they refused to let it break them. They understood that the only way they could truly lose was if they stopped trying. Look at the people who are at the top of their game. Athletes, entrepreneurs, artists, leaders. They didn't get there because they never faced adversity. They got there because they refused to let adversity define them. They saw every failure as an opportunity to learn. They saw every setback as a test of their character, a test of their commitment. And because they kept moving forward, they reached levels of success most people only dream about. When you look at your own life, ask yourself, are you making the choice to keep going? Or are you making the choice to lose? Because it is a choice. You are not powerless. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You have the ability to keep pushing, to keep fighting, to keep showing up, even when everything in you wants to stop. And that's what separates winners from everyone else. Not talent, not intelligence, not luck, just the refusal to quit. Most people underestimate just how close they are to a breakthrough when they give up. They work for months, for years, and because they don't see results right away, they assume it's never going to happen. They convince themselves that it's pointless to keep going. But what if they were just one step away? What if they were just one more effort, one more attempt, one more adjustment away from success? So what the truth is, you never know how close you are. You never know when your persistence is about to pay off. But one thing is certain, if you quit, you'll never find out. If you stop, it's over. People think success is about getting everything right the first time. It's not. It's about getting back up every time you fall. It's about adjusting when things don't go your way. It's about outlasting every challenge, every hardship, every failure. The strongest people, the most successful people, are not the ones who never struggle. They are the ones who don't let their struggles define them. They push through, they adapt, they figure it out. And because they never stop, they never truly lose. Obstacles are tests, not stop signs. Push through them. Every single person who has ever achieved something great has faced obstacles. No one is exempt. No one gets a smooth path free of difficulty, struggle, or adversity. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not whether they encounter obstacles, it's how they respond to them. Some people see a challenge and immediately turn back. They assume that resistance means they are on the wrong path. They assume that because something is difficult, it is not meant for them, but that's not the truth. Challenges exist to test you, to see how badly you really want it, to force you to grow into the kind of person who can handle the success you're chasing. Think about it. If everything were easy, if every goal you set was achieved without effort, without struggle, without setbacks, what would that mean? It would mean the goal wasn't big enough. It would mean the reward wasn't truly valuable. Because anything worth having requires effort, requires sacrifice, requires a level of perseverance most people aren't willing to commit to. And that's why most people never get what they truly want. They stop the moment things get tough. They let obstacles become roadblocks instead of tests. They take difficulty as a sign that it's time to quit rather than a sign that it's time to level up. Obstacles are not there to stop you. They are there to see what you're made of. Every challenge, every hardship, every roadblock is asking you one simple question. How bad do you really want it? And your answer is not in your words, it's in your actions. If you give up when things don't go your way, then you didn't want it badly enough. If you let fear, doubt, or difficulty make your decisions for you, then you weren't truly committed. Because real commitment means pushing forward even when everything in you wants to stop. Real commitment means finding another way, no matter how many times you fail. Real commitment means refusing to let any obstacle be the reason you quit. Most people never take full control of their potential because they spend their lives running from difficulty. They assume that struggle is a sign they should stop. But struggle is a sign that you are growing. It is a sign that you are on the right path, because nothing great comes without effort. And the bigger the dream, the greater the resistance. The higher the goal, the tougher the road. But the tough road is what prepares you. It's what strengthens you. It's what separates those who merely wish for success from those who are truly willing to fight for it. Think about the people who inspire you the most, the people who have achieved greatness in any area of life, business, sports, art, leadership. Did they have an easy road? Did they get everything handed to them? Or did they face setbacks, failures, and challenges that would have broken most people? The answer is obvious. They didn't succeed because their path was easy. They succeeded because they refused to let obstacles stop them. They succeeded because they understood that obstacles were just part of the process. They didn't complain about the struggle. They didn't back down when things got hard. They embraced the challenge. They pushed through, and because they did, they came out stronger, wiser, and more prepared for success. Most people quit because they believe their struggle is unique. They assume that no one else has faced what they are facing. They think that successful people have some advantage they don't. But the truth is, everyone faces obstacles. The only difference is how they respond to them. Some people see an obstacle and give up. Others see an obstacle and get creative. They find a way around it. They push through it. They refuse to stop until they figure it out. And that's what success demands. Relentless problem solving, relentless effort, relentless commitment. There will be moments where you feel like nothing is working. There will be moments where you doubt yourself, where the path ahead seems impossible. But those moments are the defining ones. Those moments are where you prove whether you truly want it or not. Because anyone can keep going when things are easy. Anyone can stay motivated when everything is going their way. But true strength, true success is built in the moments when you feel like quitting. When you feel like stopping, but choose to keep going anyway. When you push forward, despite the struggle, despite the fear, despite the uncertainty, that's when you grow. That's when you build the resilience, the toughness, the unshakable mindset that will carry you to your goals. Obstacles are not stop signs. They are challenges. They are invitations to rise higher. They are tests to see if you are willing to become the person who deserves the success you are chasing. Most people want success without struggle. They want the reward without the work. But that's not how it works. Success is earned. Strength is built through adversity. And every obstacle you face is an opportunity to prove that you are strong enough, disciplined enough, and committed enough to make it happen. Commit to relentless growth and improvement every day. The difference between those who succeed and those who stay stuck is not talent. It's not luck. It's not some secret formula that only a few people know. The difference is commitment. Commitment to growth, to improvement, to becoming better every single day, no matter what. Most people want success, but they don't want to put in the work to grow into the person who can handle that success. They want the rewards without the process. They want to wake up one day and have everything they've ever dreamed of without changing who they are. But success doesn't work that way. You don't get what you want in life. You get what you earn. And what you earn is a direct result of how much you are willing to grow. Growth is not something that happens by accident. It's not something that comes to you when the time is right. Growth is a choice. It's a decision you make every single day. And it's not just about working hard. It's about working smart. It's about looking at where you are right now and being brutally honest with yourself about what needs to change. It's about identifying the weaknesses that are holding you back, the habits that are keeping you stuck, the fears that are stopping you from taking action, because if you're not improving, you're falling behind. If you're not getting better, you're getting worse. There is no standing still. Most people stay in the same place for years because they're afraid of growth. Not because they don't want success, but because growth requires change, and change is uncomfortable. Growth means stepping into the unknown, challenging your own beliefs, and doing things that scare you. It means failing, learning, and trying again. And most people don't want to deal with that. They'd rather stay comfortable, even if it means staying stuck. They'd rather hold on to their excuses than face the truth that their life is a direct reflection of their choices. But those who are truly committed to success understand that growth is the only way forward. They embrace the discomfort. They welcome the struggle because they know that every challenge, every failure, every lesson is shaping them into the person they need to become. The key to relentless growth is discipline. It's not about motivation. Motivation comes and goes. Some days you wake up ready to conquer the world, and other days you don't feel like doing anything. If you rely on motivation, you will never achieve consistent progress. But if you rely on discipline, on making a commitment to growth, no matter how you feel, then nothing can stop you. Discipline means showing up when you don't feel like it. It means doing the hard work when no one is watching. It means pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone, even when your mind is screaming at you to stop, because growth doesn't happen in your comfort zone. It happens when you push past it. The most successful people in the world are obsessed with growth. They don't just work hard, they work on themselves. They read, they learn, they seek out mentors, they invest in their skills, they constantly look for ways to improve. They never assume they know everything. They never let their ego get in the way of learning. They understand that the moment you think you've arrived, the moment you believe you have nothing left to learn, is the moment you start falling behind. The world is constantly changing, and if you're not evolving with it, you're getting left behind. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking that growth is something they can do once in a while. They believe that if they work on themselves for a few weeks or months, they should be set for life. But growth is not a one-time event. It's a lifelong commitment. You don't go to the gym once and expect to be in shape forever. You don't learn one skill and expect to stay relevant forever. You have to keep sharpening your mind, keep developing your abilities, keep finding ways to improve every single day. Because success is not about reaching a destination. It's about becoming the kind of person who never stops improving. The people who achieve the most in life are the ones who wake up every morning with the mindset of a student. They don't compare themselves to others. They compare themselves to who they were yesterday. They ask themselves, what can I do today to get better? And then they take action. They don't wait for the perfect time. They don't wait until they feel ready. They start now because they understand that the only way to get better is through consistent, deliberate effort. They don't wait for opportunities to come to them. They create opportunities by becoming the kind of person who attracts success. Most people overestimate what they can do in a day and underestimate what they can do in a year. They expect instant results, and when they don't see progress right away, they give up. But success is not about making massive changes overnight. It's about making small, consistent improvements every day. It's about stacking small wins day after day until they add up to something extraordinary. It's about focusing on progress, not perfection, because perfection is an illusion, but progress is real. And if you commit to getting just 1% better every day, over time, that will transform your entire life. Growth is not just about skills or knowledge. It's about mindset. It's about training your mind to see challenges as opportunities. It's about reprogramming your beliefs so that instead of saying, I can't do this, you say, I will figure this out. Instead of saying, this is too hard, you say, this is making me stronger. Instead of seeing failure as the end, you see it as a stepping stone. Because the truth is, nothing is impossible for those who refuse to stop growing. The only limits you have are the ones you accept. The only barriers that exist are the ones you refuse to break through. And when you commit to relentless growth, there is no challenge, no setback, no obstacle that can hold you back. Your mindset determines your outcomes. Own it. Everything in life begins and ends with your mindset. It is the foundation of your success, the driving force behind your actions, and the one thing that separates those who thrive from those who struggle. Most people go through life reacting to their circumstances, allowing their environment to dictate their emotions, their effort, and ultimately their results. But the truth is, your external world is nothing more than a reflection of your internal world. Your beliefs, your thoughts, and your perspective shape the way you experience life. If you believe you are capable, you will find a way. If you believe you are powerless, you will find excuses. It all comes down to the way you think. Your mindset is either your greatest weapon or your biggest weakness. It can either propel you forward or hold you back. The people who succeed at the highest levels are not necessarily the most talented, the most intelligent, or the most privileged. They are the ones who have mastered their minds. They are the ones who refuse to be controlled by fear, doubt, or negativity. They understand that everything starts in the mind, and because of that, they train themselves to think in a way that fuels their progress rather than sabotages it. Most people don't realize how much control they have over their own success. They blame their circumstances, their past, other people, or even luck. They convince themselves that life is happening to them instead of realizing that life is responding to them. Your results are a direct reflection of your thoughts. If you think like a victim, you will live like one. If you think like a winner, you will find a way to win no matter what obstacles come your way. The difference is not in the external conditions. It's in the internal perspective. Two people can face the exact same challenge, and one will see it as a reason to quit, while the other sees it as an opportunity to grow. The challenge is the same, but the outcome is determined by the mindset. Your thoughts dictate your actions, and your actions dictate your results. If you constantly tell yourself that you are not good enough, that you don't have what it takes, that you will never succeed, then you are programming yourself to fail. Your brain will look for evidence to support those beliefs, and before you know it, you will be proving yourself right. But if you tell yourself that you are capable, that you will figure it out, that you will find a way no matter what, your brain will start looking for solutions instead of problems. It will start working in your favor rather than against you. The shift in thinking may seem small, but it changes everything. People often underestimate the power of their words. The way you speak to yourself matters. Every time you tell yourself, I can't, you reinforce the belief that you are limited. Every time you say, I'm not good enough, you make it harder to take action. But when you start speaking with conviction, when you start affirming your ability, your strength, your resilience, you rewire your mind for success. The words you use become the reality you live. Winners don't speak doubt into their lives. They don't let fear control their language. They use words that empower, words that inspire action, words that build confidence, because they know that their mindset is the foundation of everything they achieve. The most successful people don't have an easier path. They don't have fewer challenges or fewer failures. What they have is an unshakable mindset that allows them to keep going even when things get tough. They don't waste energy complaining. They don't focus on what they can't control. Instead, they focus on solutions. They focus on what they can do, what they can learn, what they can improve. They take full ownership of their results. If something isn't working, they don't blame others. They adjust. If they fail, they don't see it as a reflection of their worth. They see it as feedback. They don't allow their minds to dwell on negativity because they know that what they focus on expands. And they choose to focus on progress, on growth, on possibility. Your mind is like a muscle. If you don't train it, it will default to weakness. If you don't feed it with the right thoughts, it will fill itself with doubt, fear, and negativity. But just like a muscle, you can strengthen it. You can condition it. You can take control of the way you think, the way you respond, the way you interpret your experiences. And when you do that, everything changes. Suddenly, setbacks don't break you. They build you. Challenges don't stop you. They shape you. Failure doesn't define you. It refines you because your mindset is no longer working against you, it's working for you. Most people go through life allowing their emotions to dictate their actions. If they feel motivated, they work hard. If they don't, they make excuses. But the most successful people don't operate based on emotions. They operate based on commitment. They don't wait to feel like taking action. They train themselves to take action no matter what because they understand that their feelings are temporary, but their results are permanent. If you allow your emotions to control you, you will never be consistent. But if you take control of your mindset, if you build the discipline to take action regardless of how you feel, you will become unstoppable. It's not about being positive all the time. It's about developing a mindset that allows you to navigate any situation with power and clarity. It's about rewiring your brain so that when challenges arise, your first instinct is not to retreat, but to adapt. It's about conditioning yourself to see opportunities where others see obstacles. Because the truth is, your perception creates your reality. If you believe that the world is against you, you will act like a victim. If you believe that everything is happening for you, you will act with purpose and determination. The key to mastering your mindset is self-awareness. You have to be conscious of the thoughts you allow into your mind. You have to recognize when you are feeding yourself limiting beliefs and make the choice to shift them. You have to catch yourself when you start making excuses and instead ask, what can I do about this? Because the moment you take responsibility for your mindset, you take responsibility for your results. Your thoughts shape your habits, your decisions, your work ethic, and ultimately your future. The people who achieve the most in life are not the ones who avoid struggle, but the ones who train their minds to thrive in it. They see adversity as a test, not a punishment. They understand that every difficulty is an opportunity to grow stronger, to get better, to prove to themselves that they are capable of more. They don't allow fear to dictate their choices. They don't let failure define them. They take control of their minds, and in doing so, they take control of their lives. Resilience is the key to lasting success. Life is going to test you. It's going to push you, break you down, challenge you, and demand more from you than you ever thought you had to give. The difference between those who succeed and those who give up is resilience. It's the ability to keep moving forward when everything in you wants to quit. It's the mindset that says, no matter what happens, I will not stop. Success isn't about avoiding failure. It's about refusing to let failure define you. It's about standing back up every single time life knocks you down. It's about developing the kind of mental toughness that allows you to turn setbacks into stepping stones. Most people crumble when things don't go their way. They hit one obstacle and suddenly they question everything. They let fear take over, and before they know it, they've talked themselves out of their own potential. But the strongest people, the most successful people, have trained themselves to respond differently. They don't see challenges as roadblocks. They see them as opportunities to grow. They don't waste time feeling sorry for themselves because they understand that self-pity is a trap that leads nowhere. Instead, they ask themselves, what can I learn from this, and how can I come back even stronger? They turn every struggle into a lesson, every failure into fuel. They don't let adversity weaken them. They use it to sharpen their edge. Resilience is not something you're born with. It's something you develop. It's a skill, a mindset, a way of approaching life. It's built through experience, through pushing past your limits, through choosing to rise every time you fall. The people who succeed in life are not the ones who had it easy. They're the ones who endured, who overcame, who refused to let their circumstances dictate their destiny. They went through pain, through rejection, through moments of doubt and fear, but they never allowed those things to stop them. They learned to embrace the struggle, to welcome the challenge, to trust in their own ability to persevere no matter what. The truth is, adversity is inevitable. You will face obstacles. You will experience failure. You will have days where everything seems to be falling apart. But the way you respond to those moments is what separates winners from everyone else. Most people retreat when things get hard. They tell themselves stories about why it's not worth it, why they're not good enough, why they should just give up. But the ones who truly succeed don't entertain those thoughts. They push through, they endure, they stay focused on the bigger picture. They understand that pain is temporary, but quitting lasts forever. Resilience is about controlling your emotions. It's about not allowing fear, doubt, or frustration to dictate your actions. Most people operate based on how they feel. If they're motivated, they work hard. If they're tired, they take it easy. If they hit a setback, they start second-guessing themselves. But the most resilient people don't operate on emotions. They operate on commitment. They don't make decisions based on how they feel in the moment. They make decisions based on their vision, their mission, their goals. They have trained themselves to stay locked in no matter what because they know that if they give in to their emotions, they will never stay consistent long enough to see real results. Resilience is also about trusting yourself. It's about believing in your ability to figure things out no matter how difficult the situation may be. Most people doubt themselves the moment things don't go as planned. They start questioning whether they're good enough, smart enough, capable enough. But resilient people don't waste time on self-doubt. They know that confidence is built through action. They trust that even if they don't have all the answers right now, they will figure it out along the way. They understand that success is not about having everything perfectly planned. It's about taking action, learning from mistakes, and adapting as you go. One of the greatest keys to resilience is perspective. How you see the challenges in your life determines how you respond to them. Most people see obstacles as signs to stop. They see failure as proof that they're not good enough. But resilient people shift their perspective. They see obstacles as tests, as opportunities to grow, as proof that they are pushing themselves beyond their comfort zone. They don't fear failure because they know that failure is just feedback. It's information. It's part of the process. And because of that, they never let failure break them. They use it to build themselves into something stronger. Another critical aspect of resilience is adaptability. Life is unpredictable. Things will not always go the way you planned. But the people who succeed are the ones who learn to adapt. They don't waste time complaining when things don't work out. They pivot, they adjust, they find another way. They are flexible in their approach, but unshakable in their commitment. They understand that the path to success is not a straight line. There will be detours, roadblocks, and unexpected challenges. But none of that matters because they have already decided that no matter what happens, they will keep going. Resilient people don't allow themselves to be victims of circumstance. They don't waste energy blaming others, making excuses, or dwelling on things they can't control. Instead, they take full responsibility for their lives. They own their choices, their actions, and their results. They don't wait for things to get easier. They get stronger. They don't wait for the perfect conditions. They make the best out of every situation. They take full control of their destiny because they understand that no one is coming to save them. If they want something, they have to go out and get it. If they face a setback, they have to be the ones to push through it. They refuse to give their power away to anything or anyone else. Resilience is built through experience. You don't develop it by avoiding challenges. You develop it by facing them head on. Every time you push through something difficult, every time you refuse to quit, every time you get back up after falling, you are strengthening your resilience. You are proving to yourself that you can handle whatever comes your way. And the more you build that muscle, the more unstoppable you become. Challenges that once seemed impossible start to feel like minor bumps in the road. Things that once shook your confidence no longer affect you because you've trained yourself to be stronger than any obstacle you face. The people who achieve greatness are not the ones who never struggle. They are the ones who refuse to let struggle define them. They have been knocked down, doubted, rejected, and tested, but they never allowed those things to break them. They used every setback as fuel. They used every challenge as a lesson. They became stronger, wiser, more determined with every obstacle they faced. And because of that, they created a life that most people only dream about. Not because they had an easy path, but because they had the resilience to keep going when others would have given up.